Hello, hello, hello. I am Gepwin, and this is Starmade. So, today I'm gonna start finishing up that ship I was working on. I have been working on it, been promising to work on. I know it's been a while, but I decided to sit down, work on it for a while. I was only able to spare an hour to work, so it's not finished at all. But I'm gonna start speeding this up, because it'd be boring to watch me just build blocks for an hour. So I just started out by wanted to add some detailing to the bridge, which actually started out not because the bridge was looking boring, but because I needed to hide some of the recessed lighting I wanted to put in the bridge, and it just turned into sort of a nice pattern, added some depth. I feel like one of my problems, and a problem I've seen with some people who aren't on the forums, the ones who don't get their builds publicized everywhere as like the master builders and whatnot, are these big flat stretches. It's so easy to get big flat things on your ship, and it just kind of makes it look unfinished or too blocky. So adding these little details, even just like a little bit of a rise or a flat thing or anything else, it really kind of helps break up the lines. You got to break up the lines of your ship, keep it from looking like a big cube, because everything looks like a cube. Now I did kind of want to talk about these stupid lights, because I want them to add better lighting. I like the way the ice crystal looks. It's really cool looking, gives you a nice glow, but right now it's the only viable light source in the game. Now, if somebody else has some kind of lighting trick, I'm new at this, so please let me know if somebody has a better lighting trick, but I just wish all the interiors didn't have to be blue like that. They really need to add a better way to light the interiors of these ships, because it's so dark. I had to add lights. Yeah. I had to add lights everywhere because I couldn't see. I put some lights down later on. You'll see I put lights down when I was finishing the engine because I just could not see what I was building, and it's ridiculous. Alright, so I filled in most of the bridge. I've been building this whole thing with symmetry on, so keep symmetry on. Alright, anybody who doesn't know, you go to the advanced build menu right there. It says press minus to enter advanced build menu. I don't know if your computer's different than mine. And then you can put on symmetry, change how big of a block you're building. It's really good. So back here, you didn't get to see in the tour before, this is actually this is a little room behind the bridge. So if you go past the room where the ship core is stored, you get back here, and it was really just kind of empty, unused space, and I decided I wanted to turn it into a little conference room, like where they'd plan engagements or things, just sort of a little conference room with a table. I'm going to put some chairs and some other detail in here. Now I know a lot of people have been doing those tables with corner blocks on the sides. I have not been doing those lately because there's a weird glitch where the rear right corner makes the block below it disappear, and I think it looks kind of ugly. I'd rather have less realistic looking tables and a complete floor. That's just me. Some people I know build it that way a lot. I think they just think that it'll be fixed later. So the bridge is looking pretty good. I like the shape of the bridge up there. Now back here, like I said before, is going to be captain's quarters. And before I fill in too much of the captain's quarters, I accidentally got out of the ship here. I do that a lot. Before I fill in the captain's quarters, I wanted to put in some more of the engines and shields, because a bunch of my engines and shields are actually underneath the deck there. One fun thing with this is it's kind of shoving parts in wherever you need them. You build your exterior lines, you build your interior where you want all the corridors and rooms to be, and then you have to figure out how to fill the rest with these utility blocks like shields and power and whatever. Also, I'm always accidentally putting in normal blocks, so I want shields or engines. Oh, excuse me. So this is actually almost been bothering me recently. There's this game, and a while ago there was Terraria. So Starmade and Terraria are the two biggest things that are described as like Minecraft. It's kind of the line is like, well, this is like Minecraft, but you're in space, and I've been kind of feeling like that's kind of unfair. You know, this this game is actually so much more complicated than most things in Minecraft. And Minecraft is an amazing game. I love it. I'm probably going to do some videos later on. But just saying that this is Minecraft in space is really kind of doing a disservice. You know, one, nothing in Minecraft moves around like this. Building your ships and having them fly around space is amazing, and nothing in Minecraft can do that right now. But like, just being able to move your own creations around makes it, I think, a much more complicated game. And not only that, but having to worry about all these things in your creations. You can't just put up your house and go, well, here is my house and it is done, and I have a door to keep the creepers out, and maybe some redstone hanging around, a little bit of redstone circuitry or something. I know some people have gotten complicated with the circuitry, not the surgery. I haven't seen Minecraft surgery. Some people have gotten complicated with the redstone, but in this game, everything you build has to have complicated circuits, and you have to worry about where the engines are, how many engines you have, do you have enough shields, do you have too many shields and not enough power. It's just, your builds get so much more complex, and you have to worry about putting all that stuff in and hiding it if you want it to look good. I think while the building mechanic is the same, we're going to have so many of these voxel games coming out, we can't call all of them Minecraft, because they're all so different and distinct. Yeah, Minecraft was the first one that got popular, but really I think that's just doing a lot of games a disservice. So back here, well, I've been yammering on my soapbox. Back here I've been building what's going to be the captain's quarters, or the captain's observation deck, or something. I haven't decided whether I'm going to be able to fit like beds or quarters or things back here. And I actually ran into a slight problem where if I built the captain's quarters the same level as where I wanted the rest of the ship to be, they were going to be way too short. He's going to be bumping his head all the time. They're already only about 3 blocks high, which I think is a little bit short. I don't like my buildings to be that cramped, but can't be helped. On a spaceship, you need to deal with what you got. So I actually, I decided to concave the window, or convex the window out a little bit, depending on which side you're on. It's either concave or convex. Look it up. Anyway, I decided to send the window out in this nice little arc here, so you kind of get a balcony on the back of the ship like the old sailing vessels, which I love. I take a lot of inspiration from old sailing vessels. I think if you're ever stuck, I think it's really important to have an idea for a ship before you start building. I've tried to do it without a couple times, and it actually always turns out horrible. But if you're stuck for ideas, look at old sailing vessels, because it's just me, but I love to incorporate things from old sailing ships into space vessels. I think it gives it a really cool aesthetic. And if you're into that, you should really check out The Last Exile. I watched quite a few episodes of The Last Exile, which is an anime, and I actually went back and watched a few more when I started playing this game to get some ideas. It actually gave me a really nice idea for a ship. I'm probably going to start that soon, because honestly, I'm getting a little burnt out on filling in the details on this one. I'm still going to finish it. I have every plan to finish it. It might take me a while, but I've learned, and I've heard from some other people who are trying to do some larger builds than I ever could, that you really have to kind of jump around. You'll get really bored just like filling in the walls on your ship. You'll go insane. Build 2 or maybe even 3 things at once so that you can hop back and forth and not get burnt out and get tired and go, well, I don't really need the details on this ship. I'm going to call it done so I don't have to touch it anymore. Because really, you're just going to wind up with a construction project that you don't like if you keep doing that. So I got the captain's quarter, I don't know. I felt like there was a joke in there, but I don't think there was. Yeah, so I got the captain's quarters more or less filled out, and I put in some more shields underneath. I'm not too worried about the shields and power on this thing yet. It's not done. That's why I didn't talk about them at all before, because it's not finished. They're going to change radically. And I still have quite a lot of empty space on the underside of the ship. Like underneath, below the flight deck, is still completely empty. I'm probably going to put in a few rooms, but Other than that, I can build the whole thing with power. So I decided to put up a little stepped ledge on the back of the ship here because otherwise the captain's quarters would be too small, and I need to disguise it somehow a little bit more. I just need to put in a more gradual change there, because right now it steps up a little bit. It's not too noticeable, as you can see. It does step up a little bit. I like kind of the callback to the earlier ships, though, where it had the the larger portion in back for the captain's quarters and officers' meetings areas and sorry, you know, what have you, all the bureaucratic stuff you had to do on old sailing ships. So this is me messing around trying to figure out what I want to do with the engines. I have a plan. I've gotten something that I'm sort of happy with, not completely. Right now I just filled most of it in with ice blocks, which looks okay, but I really want to... I think I'm going to put in some purple lights or something later on. Give it more of a glow. And this here looks like a bad pair of sunglasses or something, so I decided to change that up. But I was just getting too, I don't know, too straight in places. I was having that problem a lot. Okay, I wanted it to connect these engines. I really wanted to connect them because I didn't want to just have the random straight line, or the two, not the straight line. I didn't want to have that either, but I didn't want to have the two round engines on the back. I feel like that's just a bit overdone, so I wanted to have the round engines and then connect them in the middle with something, so they're actually one unified engine. And I was having a lot of trouble with the connection because I really didn't just want to make it a straight line going across. I think I found a good solution. You'll see it in a minute here that I wanted to put a slight curve on it. So it doesn't look like it's got a third engine in the middle, but it does have a slight curve to it. So it looks a little more interesting than just that straight line. Alright. Yeah, and then I just started filling these things in, I think, right now, didn't I? Yeah, I just wanted to experiment and see if the shields looked good. They don't. So filling in these, and I forgot for a little while, but use your advanced build tools. Like, although you can fill in, look at that, I'm filling in 100 blocks at a time. Would have taken me forever to do that. That's something that I always wished I had for large construction in Minecraft. But then I got so used to not having it in other games that I forget that I have it in this one. Let's see, it still looks like a pair of glasses, so I decided to curve this up some more, like I was saying. And it's not perfect, but I think it makes it look more interesting. I'm definitely going to be coming back to these engines, so I'm not entirely happy with them. I think they look fine, but they're one of the weaker parts of the ship right now, I think. So I've still got a huge amount of sides to fill in. Sides, corridors, stairs, just all these things. It's gotten to the point with all this fill-in stuff that I can only actually build in this thing for about an hour or so before I get a little burned out. So I think I'm just going to be bringing you more of these short chunks. And I'm going to bring it back to normal speed. I can take a look at how it's coming along. Actually, I should get rid of that big red thing. There. So that's how it's looking right now. I think it's coming along pretty well, and I'm going to really be trying more to finish it up in future. But I hope you've enjoyed. Check back for more. We'll be finishing this, starting another build. I've been Gepwin, and I'll see you soon.